The following podcast you're about to listen to is brought to you by the Push Start Media Network, where everything you do in life begins with pushing start. Another edition of SYE Beat the Odds. I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin, along with the co-host of the year, not just a co-host, the co-host of the year, Mr. Ed Rueter in the building. What is good, sir?
Yak Samash. I'm very excited. If you couldn't tell, that was my Borat impression, because tonight Borat, a subsequent movie film, comes out, and right after recording here, because I just got out of work, I will be enjoying the new Borat movie, which I have heard from a couple of friends is outstanding. So I am pumped and ready to talk, but just as excited for after the show today for the first time.
How did you like the first Borat movie? Where do you, if you had to give it a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rank it?
Oh man, it's like an 8 or a 9. Because it's not like an all-time great, right? Yeah. But it's so solid. And my favorite part about it is, on the surface, it's so incredibly stupid. You know what I mean? All stupid, goofy humor. But underneath, there's a layer of real intelligence there from Sacha Baron Cohen. It's all really uniquely planned out, and just a great mix of, things that were staged and things that were, just kind of actually like hidden camera type stuff that was just a perfect blend. And I thought it's really unique. So, man, super excited for the second one tonight.
It reminded me sort of like a Jackass skit, except like it kept going and going and going. And I enjoy that. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy Jackass. I enjoy that type of comedy and that type of style of movie.
Yeah, that was very popular at that time, because Jackass was very big. The reality shows and that hidden camera type stuff, where live action film was all very, very much the rage. So I'm excited, man. I'm honestly looking forward to it. Should be pretty funny. So can't wait. Man,
you know what I'm looking forward to?
What's that?
Getting these picks in, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to make some people some money, to be honest with you. I think so far, looking back at our picks, we've been doing a damn fine job, if I do say so myself.
I would 100% agree, man. And we're going to continue to do a fine job, and we're going to continue to fill your pockets, because we love money. We love football. We love money. So this is why we're doing this podcast. This is why we're doing this episode.
Awesome, man. Let's get after it. So what's our first big game here?
All right. I wouldn't say it's a big game, but it's the first one. So we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the New Jersey Jets. Right now, the Jets are, of course, the underdogs, plus 10.5, and the over-under for this game is 46. Rueter, the Jets have yet to cover. Not one single game. We know they're 0-6. We know they have yet to win a game. They have yet to cover. And I'm just going to say that this continues. Buffalo, 2 straight losses back-to-back, a heartbreaker against Tennessee, and then, again, not the best performance from Josh Allen against Kansas City, but, those are 2 of the top teams in the AFC right now. So it kind of just shows Buffalo isn't really in that top tier of talent yet, and at least they get a nice bounce-back game here. So I'm going with Buffalo to win this game big. I think that they cover. I'm going to go with a score of like 35, and the Jets maybe scores 6. I'll give the Jets 6 points.
I think I'm right with you on that one, and I think you nailed essentially the entire analysis there, because the Bills had 2 really tough games in a row. They played the Titans on the road and then the Chiefs at home. Now, everyone knows the Titans game was a blowout. I think they got behind the 8 ball early, and that was the first time they had really been tested like that all year, because they really jumped on their opponents early in all 4 of their previous wins. Yeah. So they got behind the 8 ball. It was a bit of a mess, and Tennessee kind of handed them their ass. And what it exploited was the fact that they can't stop the run at all. And the Kansas City Chiefs went in with that mindset, and they absolutely ran all over Buffalo. Andy Reid set a record for rushing attempts as a coach in his career. And, it just goes to show he's a great coach. He found Buffalo's weakness and exploited it. Now, with all of that being said, the reason I agree with you that the Bills cover and win big time is because after you come off those really tough games against two really tough opponents, I feel like playing the Jets is going to feel like a weight is lifted off their shoulders. There's going to be way more time to throw. There's going to be bigger rushing lanes. I think it's just going to be like playing against middle schoolers.
You just moved to a nice neighborhood and shit.
Yeah, it's like you've been struggling. Your life's been a struggle for you so far. You've been living. It's been hard. And then you inherit some money, move to a nice neighborhood, and all of a sudden, life's pretty good, right? I feel like that's what this is going to feel like for Buffalo. I agree with you about that 35-point range. I think that the Jets might score a couple more points than that because I think that the Bills
they score
trouble.
9.
Yeah, I'm going to give them 10. I was going to give them a solid 10. That's the only time you're going to hear anyone call the Jets a 10 this year. But yeah, no, it's going to be – I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Bills win handily.
You know how bad it is for the Jets, bro? Joe Flacco, and I love Joe Flacco, man.
And his eliteness.
He took a fucking 30-yard sack. And I was just watching that play, and I'm like, this is the most Joe Flacco Jet shit ever. It was so funny.
I mean, there's so many things you could talk about. I think they just lost McClendon on the defensive line.
Yes.
They traded away Le'Veon Bell. Just anyone that's any kind of player. What it seems like the Jets are doing is they are going after Trevor Lawrence. There's no other explanation for how bad this Jets team is. So
I don't know why Trevor Lawrence staying in school if the Jets got the number one pick.
He really might.
I wouldn't blame him, man.
That's tough, buddy. But but Bills all day in this one. This is an easy one.
All right, next game on the slate here. Green Bay traveling to Houston, take on the Texans. Right now, Texans are the home underdogs, plus 3.5. Over under 57.5. How you feeling about this one, Rueter?
I really like the under in this one for sure. I think that Green Bay, despite giving up some points to some good offenses, I think that defense is better than people give them credit for. I really like a lot of the players on that defense. And I was asked a funny question the other day on social media. It was the top 5 most underappreciated quarterbacks. And I actually put, believe it or not, Aaron Rodgers on that list because as much as, he's had accolades from some, I feel like there's this just want and this feeling out there in the media and elsewhere that they just keep waiting for him to fail and for him to not be good. But he puts up great numbers every year. He brought his team to a 13-3 record last year, off to a good start this year. I think that the Packers, I think it's shocking that this is only in a 3.5-point game. I like the Packers to win fairly easily. We're going to call it 30 to 20. 30 to 20 Packers win, and definitely the under. I could see this being a lower scoring game than even that. It's just that with today's NFL, I feel like both these teams are going to put up some points, but I don't think it gets to 57.5.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That over is pretty tough to bet on. I like the Packers in this game as well, and I mean, Houston. There's not really much to say about them, man. They had Tennessee right in the palm of their hands, and they fumbled it. Hell of a coaching job by Mike Vrabel as well. I'm pretty sure you've seen this shit that was going on social media, how he ran a player out there intentionally to stop the clock and all this other bull. But Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, he's still a top 3 candidate for MVP in my opinion, even though they had a stinker against Tampa Bay last week. But it's still the better team overall. And I agree with you. This defense is still pretty solid. Every defense has a slip up every now and then. Like you've seen my Baltimore Ravens, we get blown out by Kansas City on Monday night, and we're an excellent defense. So give me Green Bay. I'm rolling with Aaron Rodgers, and I'm going to roll with a score. I think they put up a 30, and I'll give Houston 17 for Watson and his boys. All right, moving on. Next game here. We got the NFC South Division battle. Carolina traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. And right now the Saints are the favorites, -7. Over under is 50. This could be potentially the game of the week. This is a very first of all, it's a division battle. All right. Carolina is much better than I thought they were going to be. This is a very competitive team. They've been in basically every game that they played so far. And New Orleans, you already know how I feel about Drew Brees and this New Orleans football team in general. They are not a team that I would fear. I low-key like Carolina in this game with the points. I think that New Orleans, I think they're going to win the game, them being at home. And I still think they have the better overall team, but I like Carolina getting the 7 points there. So I'm going to go with New Orleans winning this game by a score of 25 to, I'm going to say 25-20, but give me Carolina with that 7, though. I like that.
I really like what you said there because when looking at the games up and down, I think there's one clear-cut number one game that I'm looking forward to, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But when I look at this game to me looks absolutely spectacular. So you got a few things going on here. First of all, I like the upstart Panthers a lot. I just love the team. McCaffrey's been hurt, but in his absence, Mike Davis has stepped in and been excellent. You've got a bunch of receivers that I like a lot there with Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, and Teddy Bridgewater, who's done an incredible job with this team. Again, I absolutely love it. I think Matt Rule is going to be a great coach in this league. He seems like he gets it. His team plays in his style, and they kind of rally around him. And Teddy Bridgewater, well, I mean, what a performance this year so far. That 5-0 performance that he had with the Saints last year doesn't seem like a fluke to me. And how about a cool story of Teddy Bridgewater coming back and playing against his old team here too? So this to me is kind of like a must-watch game. The only reason I really like the Saints in this one, because I agree with you, I like those upstart Panthers a lot with the points, but I think that Sean Payton coming off of a bye week is going to be really tough. The Saints have played some up and down football, and coming off of a bye, I think they're going to be really well prepared. And I think Drew Brees will be rested. That game, perfect time for some of those players to get healthy. And I don't know that the Panthers defense has an answer for Kamara. So I like the Saints, unfortunately, because I really do like this Carolina team. I like the Saints to win by about 10 or so. So give me the Saints at the -7. And we're going to call it 35-26 or something like that. 35.
Wow. Yeah. Even with no Michael Thomas, huh?
Even with no Michael Thomas, because you know what? I still agree with all the sentiments that we talked about with Drew Brees losing it on the back end of his career now. But he has shown some rhythm in the last couple of games with Emmanuel Sanders, which he did not do early on. So I think they're going to be okay. And Kamara, he looks like a special talent this year. He looks like one of those guys that you could just put on any team and he's just going to do his thing no matter what. I thought he was a bit more of a product of that offense in New Orleans, but he this year just looks really special. He really does. So give me the Saints here, buddy.
Yeah, he is the ultimate Drew Brees bailout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ultimate security blanket. He really is. I mean, you feature if McCaffrey was healthy, you would really be featuring two of the absolute best bailout running backs in the league that can take a dump off behind the line of scrimmage and turn it into a 15-yard gain for you. So I think this is a great game. If it wasn't for one of our games coming up here momentarily, I would say this is definitely the game of the week candidate for me.
Okay, and then I think, we both agree on this one. This next one is the game of the week. You got Pittsburgh traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans, and right now the Titans are favored at only -1.5, so this is pretty much a pick 'em. 50.5 is the spread. Rueter, talk to the people.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game. You know, anytime you have a battle of undefeateds this late in the season, I say this late, week 6 in the books, and coming in here, that's pretty cool. It's very tough to win that many games in a row in the NFL. So to see the schedule line up where you get two teams to play each other here is pretty cool. And these are two teams that are built incredibly similarly, right? Neither of them have incredibly dynamic offenses, but they both really love to ground and pound. And guess what? They can both steal a quick touchdown on you here or there as well. Yeah. Chase Claypool, one of my favorite receivers in the preseason that I talked about when we were doing our season preview. I remember talking about him, and he has absolutely blossomed into a potential star there. He's kind of that home run hitter that they have. And then you got a guy on the other side like A.J. Brown, who can also steal some points for you as well. And, of course, Connor and King Henry, all hail King Henry after last week's performance. Absolutely can get it done. And ultimately, my up and down roller coaster relationship with the Titans, who I said in the preseason analysis that we did, I thought that the Titans could potentially be one of the top 4 teams in the league and make it to another AFC championship game. I did say that. And then after they started playing, I started calling them paper champs because they didn't look that impressive, despite the fact that they were winning, right? And then they just came in and just mollywopped Buffalo, and I did not see that coming.